Iktomi and His Blanket, a Native American folktale, retold by Catherine L. Odell, illustrated by Aisha Lopez. Iktomi and His Blanket, a Native American folktale, retold by Catherine L. Odell, illustrated by Aisha Lopez. Iktomi had gone hunting and caught two nice ducks for his dinner. He went into his teepee, but when he came out to start a fire, the ducks were gone. He saw a coyote's tail disappear into the trees. "Coyote!" he cried. "I know you took my food." Iktomi was angry with Coyote. He had spent all day hunting, and now he didn't have any food or dinner. He did not feel like hunting again, and it was getting to be dusk. So Iktomi decided to visit Inyan, the great grandfather or great spirit of his world. It was getting cold now, so Iktomi got his blanket, he wrapped it around his shoulders, and started up the mountain. He walked for a long time. Iktomi found Inyan at the top of the mountain. "Inyan," he said, "I worked all day to find food, and then Coyote took it. Now I am tired and hungry. It is getting dark, and I don't have any time to hunt before the sun goes down. Please give me some food." Anian didn't answer Iktomi. Iktomi knew that the Great Spirit made trees grow. He made the seasons change. He had great powers, and he could help people. Iktomi asked again, "Please, Anian, will you give me food? I'm hungry and need to eat." Again, Anian didn't answer. Iktomi had an idea. If he gave something to Anian, then Anian would give him food. "Anian," he said, "I don't have much, but here is my blanket. I give you this gift to keep you warm on this cold night." Anian finally spoke. "Thank you, Iktomi," he said. "That is a very generous gift. Now go home and you will find food." It was almost dark, so Iktomi ran back to his teepee. In front of his teepee, he saw a deer. He looked up at the mountain and said, "Thank you, Anian. Now I can eat." Iktomi was about to start a fire to cook the meat. He was very hungry, but also very cold. Now that he had food for dinner, he started to think differently. "Anian does not need that blanket," he thought. "I am too cold to start a fire. I need the blanket more than Anian does." Iktomi ran back up the mountain. At the top, he slowed down and walked quietly. He did not look at Inian. He did not talk to him. He quickly took his blanket, put it around on his shoulders, and ran back to his teepee. Iktomi was warm and happy now. He looked forward to making a fire and cooking his dinner. But when he reached the teepee, he did not see his deer. Again, he saw Coyote's tail, and again, he knew Coyote had taken his food. "Coyote," Iktomi cried, "you ate my food." He was angry with himself too. I should have cooked and eaten my food first. Then I could have gone back for my blanket, he thought. Iktomi ran up the mountain again, his blanket around his shoulders. He knew Indian would punish Coyote, and he knew Indian would give him more food. Indian, Iktomi said with more sadness in his voice than he actually felt in his belly. Coyote ate the food you gave me. Now I am really hungry, and it is too dark to hunt. I need something to eat. I know you will give it to me because that sneaky coyote took my food. Anian didn't answer. Iktomi looked at his blanket, but he was so cold he didn't want to give it to Anian. Anian, he begged, I am too cold to give you my blanket, but it is not fair that Coyote took the food you gave me. Please give me more food. Anian finally spoke and said, Iktomi, you were too lazy to hunt again, but you gave me your blanket, and that was very kind. That's why I gave you food. Then you came and took your blanket back, and that is when Coyote took your food. I'm not giving you more food. Please, Indian, give me food, Iktomi cried and shouted. Indian replied, Go home, Iktomi. Iktomi shot back to his teepee like an arrow because he thought maybe Indian left him food anyway. But there was no food for him. He went to bed hungry and lay awake thinking about his mistake. It was wrong to be selfish. In the morning, Iktomi went fishing. He worked hard and caught many fish. While cooking the fish back at his teepee, he saw a coyote hiding in the trees, hungrily eyeing the food. Iktomi looked at how much fish he had and knew he couldn't eat it all. It feels good to be full, he thought. Then he smiled, and it feels very good to share.